The sun shines on woody village, and children run on the ridges of the fields, their laughter as crisp as wind chimes. Lila's figure flits through the flowers, chasing the fluttering butterflies, her skirt dancing. The butterfly flutters its wings lightly, dancing on Lila's fingertips, and everything is filled with hope in the sunlight. The gale howled, and the torrential rain poured down, causing the village to tremble in the thunder. The house collapsed in the wind and rain, with debris flying everywhere, as if the end of the world had arrived. Lila watched helplessly as her home was destroyed, fear engulfing her like a tide. The villagers, far from their homes, set foot on unfamiliar land, and fear surged through their hearts like a tide. Lila looked up at the starry sky, searching for faint light in the boundless darkness. She clutched at that last shred of hope in her heart, as if it were the only light in the vast darkness. Under the foreign night sky, a gentle breeze caressed Lila's face, seeming to whisper messages of hope. The call of home comes from the wind, and the return and reconstruction of Changhui village ignites a flame of hope in Lila's heart. Changhui village is about to usher in its new life. Lila tried her best to convey hope to the villagers, but what responded to her was doubt and frustration. The questioning gazes were like cold arrows, piercing through the flame of hope that had ignited in her heart. Despair spread through the simple room, so oppressive it was hard to breathe. With hopeful language, Lila began to weave a beautiful story about the future. The rebuilt village comes to life, in her words, and the joy of the people seems within reach. Language is like a paintbrush, depicting a future full of hope and vitality. A weathered old man, with a glint of wisdom in his eyes, slowly walked over. He listened quietly to Lila's story, as if searching for resonance in the long river of time. His eyes were full of encouragement, as if injecting new strength into Lila's dream. On the barren land, Eli's voice was like a ray of hope, illuminating the villagers' bewildered eyes. He patiently explained the farming techniques, every word filled with anticipation for the future. From now on, trust in your journey home. Eli's voice was firm and full of power, echoing across the empty land. The villagers looked at each other, a glimmer of hope flickering in their eyes, seemingly touched by Eli's words. As time passed, the villagers of Changhui village worked together to protect this land, and songs echoed in the fields. They share the joy of harvest, irrigate hope with hard work, and their songs are full of longing for the future. The singing voice floated in the sky above Changhui village, which is a hymn to a better life and a praise to the spirit of unity and mutual assistance. The villagers' mood gradually eased, and the former cage is slowly transforming into a home full of hope. They smoothed every inch of land with their hands, burying fear and despair and sowing hope for the future. The shackles that once imprisoned them have now been transformed into tools for building a new life, shining with the brilliance of rebirth. The road to Woody Village has reopened, and the light of hope shines on the faces of every villager. The long suppressed joy surged like a spring tide, and the villagers were radiant as if they had been reborn. On the dusty road, vehicles full of hope slowly drive in, bringing long-awaited vitality and vigor. The villagers walked shoulder to shoulder, resolutely on the road back to the village, every step filled with hope. They shared their experiences with each other, and the fear and anxiety of the past gradually dissipated. In each other's encouragement, the belief in rebuilding our home grows vigorously, like a new sprout breaking through the soil. After a long trek, the villagers finally arrived at Woody Village, only to be met with a scene of utter desolation. Despite the barren fields, the villagers' eyes still glimmered with an undying light of hope. The villagers shed their sweat, rebuilding their destroyed homes, and the flames of hope rekindled in the fields. The plow turned the soil, sowing seeds of hope. The villagers worked together, vowing to revitalize this land. The power of unity is as warm as the sunshine, illuminating everyone's face as they collectively paint a beautiful future for their home. Under the warm spring sun, the fields of Woody Village are covered in unprecedented colors, like a magnificent painting. This colorful land is a miracle jointly painted by the villagers with their hard work and selfless dedication. A gentle breeze blows, the sea of flowers sways, and the air is filled with the fragrance of earth and the sweetness of flowers, refreshing the heart and lungs. In the sunlight, the river flows briskly, reflecting the newly renovated village like a vibrant painting. The clear river water reflects the happy smiles of the villagers, their joy as bright as the sunshine. The song of the river is the melody of hope, a hymn to a new life. The rebuilt homeland is brightly lit, and the villagers are sitting together, sharing the joy of surviving the disaster. The aroma of food filled the air, and warmth dispelled the previous fear and unease. Laughter rose and fell, and gratitude surged in everyone's heart. Lila stood silently in the village square, watching the children play, memories of the past flooding her mind. The laughter of children echoed in the square, like her lost childhood. The sunlight falls on Lila's face. The light and shadow intertwining are the traces of time, but also the attachment to the homeland. Lila smiled, the promise in the wind finally witnessed by her. She understood that this was not achieved overnight, but rather a gift of patience and hope. The afterglow of the setting sun sprinkles on Woody Village, making the village brighter than before. Here is a place where everyone can find peace, and every tomorrow is full of purpose. The future of Woody Village is full of hope. Night falls, and the bonfire burns fiercely in the center of the village, illuminating the villagers' weathered faces. In everyone's eyes, there is a glimmer of hope, which is the love for their homeland and the yearning for the future. The sweet aroma of roasted sweet potatoes fills the air, warming everyone's hearts. In adversity, hope, and unity are the power to overcome all difficulties. The weather-beaten Eli stood at the entrance of the village, his eyes filled with pride as he gazed at the hard-working villagers. He deeply knows that it is their hands that have transformed the barren Woody Village into a beacon of hope, illuminating the future. Woody Village is bathed in sunshine, vibrant and full of hope. The sunlight shines on the fields, and Lila wanders through them, her thoughts drifting into the distance. A gentle breeze caressed her, her hair dancing in the air, and she seemed to feel the breath of freedom. Lila thought, "I have learned a lot, and I am grateful." Lila looked down at Woody Village from above, and a sense of unspeakable peace and satisfaction welled up in her heart. The afterglow of the setting sun gently on the roofs of the village, dyeing every inch of land a warm gold. Woody Village is a beacon of hope and a vivid testament to the power of community. As night falls, the central square of Woody Village is brightly lit, and the villagers gather together to celebrate this hard-won reunion. The square was bustling with people, and cheers and laughter rose and fell, with a festive joy permeating the air. Everyone's face was filled with happy smiles, celebrating the resilience and hope of Woody Village together.